it's after hours, and it is what it is.
It is what it is, radio after hours.
It's after hours.
We still got the same players. Your favorite bad influence, Uncle Dre. The rest is some bigger than one himself, R&B. And the musical mastermind, VR. And me, I'm the devilish overtone. I'll be here throughout the show. We gon' be saying what the fuck we want. So listen up. It's after hours, niggas. It's after hours, bitches. What time is it? It's time to suck this dick, bitches.
That never gets old. Never gets old.
Word.
Yeah. So, if you missed that lovely intro, which you shouldn't have skipped. If you skip past the intro, rewind it. We'll wait. It was dope, wasn't it? Oh yeah, you should listen to it again, but later. Welcome to the podcast. It is what it is. After hours, where apparently we talk a lot about fucking. Which, what else do you do after hours?
Right. It's
sex and drugs.
It's the time for it. It's the debauchery.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing out here but the devil at that hour.
And his helper. Now I know what Glad Rap has to do in the pantheons of safe sex at 2 in the morning. You gotta look that lustrous furry temptress in the face and say, no, you gotta be strong. Yeah, right. So, if y'all heard that in the background, that's my alert notification from our group chat. And it's probably D who's not here. That's why there's been no, either really, really angry or really, really soft shit said in the last minute and a half. Because, Slumberella.
Angry and soft.
Yeah. He's like a Sour Patch Kid. First he's sour, then he's sweet. Sour Patch D. Yeah. Let me stop fucking with him.
That's great.
He ain't here yet. What did he say?
I don't know. I'm not getting them. I don't have no service. And for some reason I'm not on the Wi-Fi no more. What happened? Who booted me off?
I didn't know. I can't still be on here. This phone is from after I graduated.
He left a voicemail. So.
Oh yeah. You know what?
That.
Hold on. You
want to play it?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna grab my phone. Hold on. Say something to people. Listen.
Yeah. I thought you wanted. I got it right here. I thought you wanted me to play it, but go ahead, play it.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's see what this guy's talking about.
I'm coming, man. I'm coming. I'm on my way. And I don't know what corpulent means.
Oh, that one. Oh man, he's so garbage for being himself.
He kills me with that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Anywho, so since we were alerted to how much we talk about sex and everything, let's switch it up just a tad, cause it's gonna get sexy anyway. Like eventually,
it has to. I mean,
it's just the course of things. But let's speak on some of these pertinent topics yes, it is September 22nd, 2016, Thursday. Just to put a stamp on it so y'all know what it is, you know what I'm saying, when y'all listen to this.
Yeah.
We're always going to be talking about things, around this time and everything. And fuck, if you're alive, if you have a pulse during this time frame right now, you have to know what's going on in the world, and it's just crazy. Go ahead, Dre. I mean,
it's not even. You can't even call it a dead horse because it's the slaughterhouses every week.
Mm-hmm.
Just as we're getting past, not even getting past, but getting a wrap on another one. There's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if y'all let's clarify. We're of course talking about the tragic death of Terrence Crutcher and
Crutcher.
I forgot that.
Crutcher.
And I forget forgive me. There's another gentleman in Charlotte, North Carolina, right after Terrence Crutcher. So within the last
Lamar Smith,
Lamont Smith,
Lamont Smith, Lamar,
something Lamont,
Anthony Lamar Anthony.
something Lamont. I know it was the middle name was Lamont because I kept thinking Mark Lamont Hill. I was like, Mark Lamont Hill got shot.
Well, I hope not.
But no, it's something Lamont something. But and that's disrespectful to the man's memory. I should at least look it up. I'll Google that at a later time when I have access. But it's just,
It's sad that there's so many names floating around that you can't even zero in on one name. Because I just got a I was about to say I just got a message in my head. I'm talking about a situation that happened in St. Louis. So.
See?
Yeah, when this guy got killed and he got a gun planted in his car by one of the police officers.
Was this recently?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, I saw it on the recent World Star timeline.
Yeah.
It's probably recent. Yeah,
It's
so
relatively recent. They update every 5 minutes.
Exactly. So yeah, his situation was I believe he was Anthony Lamar Smith or Lamar Anthony Smith, and he was he was a known drug dealer and everything, and he actually was in the wrong for several things, but for him to get gunned down and then get a weapon planted on him just because of his past, you know what I'm saying? Like
it doesn't justify.
Right. So
like you didn't catch him in the act at that time.
Right.
If
so just because he's known to carry a gun and you probably feel through his boisterous ways, he may have mouthed off and possibly shot back and had a firefight with you, but you can't take that into your own hands.
The benefit of his reputation,
right?
Let his, and they quick. Of course, every time somebody passes, they want, every time the cops kill a black man, they want to put him on trial. But what's even more upsetting, I can't even say disheartening, because disheartening just means it's kind of sad. What's upsetting, and I mean enragingly upsetting, is you look at the simultaneous big stories this week. You have two black men, one unarmed with his hands up, shot, dead. Okay? No threat to the actual police, dead. Then you have a known, confirmed terrorist sets off bombs, kills 29 people in the process,
killed or wounded, I believe,
and had a shootout with the police.
Yes, actually engaged in a firefight with the police,
and he was taken alive.
Right. Because he's someone worth talking to,
right?
And or waterboarding.
Even though what they want to do with him is probably, torture him into submission and pick his brain literally, his life has a value to them.
Right. And now they're starting to find out he was just a lone wolf anyway. He don't have no ISIS ties.
Well, I'm always on my conspiracy theory-ish, and what I'm led to look at is this, and not to stray from the topic of the genocide and the war on black men that is currently underway. I'll get back to that. But side note, this little terrorist attack situation happened at the most inopportune time for anybody with hopes of Donald Trump not becoming president. I literally just watched his election because there's nothing that the Democrats can do between now and November 4th or whatever election day is this year. I don't know if it's the 4th or it's a certain Tuesday, but whichever one it is, I should know better. But, the election is beginning in November.
Yeah.
And we see how fast September done flew through.
Yep.
October ain't much longer,
For real.
This will still be fresh in people's minds, especially if the media does their job and won't let us forget it.
Wow. And Don King done got on stage and set us back like at least 75 to 100 of them things. So,
Lil Wayne,
fuck it.
Lil Wayne, I hereby denounce Lil Wayne as one of my favorite rappers ever. This fool goes on, was it First Take, and says, I've never experienced racism. In his 33 years, he's never experienced racism. He knew it existed. He never went through it himself.
I find that hard to believe.
You're from Louisiana. You're from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Word.
The home of, kill them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I mean, but yeah. Wasn't the Klan started in Louisiana?
I'm not sure. It might have been. It's one in Mitsubishi. Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana.
It was down there, but I mean, Louisiana. Okay, I'll put it to you. Here's how I know how racist Louisiana is, even though I've never been there. A friend of mine was driving through on his way to his station, his fort where he was, assigned when he joined the Army. And he drove past a spot called the Cool Cup Cafe. All of those words were spelled with K's. None of those words are originally spelled with K's. Okay? So, guess where he didn't stop for something to drink? Not at the Cool Cup Cafe. It would have been like that scene in Life, just not as funny. But, yeah, so what I've been noticing, like I said, you know I'll run my mouth, so feel free to jump in. But it feels like there's a war. There's a war on us, and we are not even told that it's happening. We are, because only in war are you allowed to kill someone without impunity. With impunity, rather. With no punishment, no answering. It's the dregs of war. Well, you declare war on a people without at least letting them know that's not war, that's genocide. We're not ready. We're not ready. If I can find the clip, if you look it up, Killer Mike was at the All Black National Convention. And he made a compelling little speech about revolution. The gist of it is, we not ready. We are just as invested in this system as the people who oppress us, the people who hunt us.
Yeah.
We don't have our own land. We don't have our own economy. We don't have our own anything.
Yep. And the last time we did, they bombed the shit out of that.
Yeah. We don't hunt. We don't for majority, we can't provide for ourselves. There's probably one
We
hunter.
definitely can't go off the grid.
No. We couldn't start over. And then he made the good point. Look at what they said. That's what Liberia was. Liberia is a whole country started by freed slaves. Look at Liberia. That's like ground zero for what the fucked up shit in Africa.
What the fuck?
That's ground zero for this is why Africa is fucked up. At least why people think it's fucked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This is where that negative perception comes from.
Yeah, of the militias and child soldiers is rampant there.
Let the fucking fly in the studio.
And so it's this trap feeling.
Yeah.
It's not even, if I acquiesce enough, I can go home. It literally is this gonna be it?
For
no
real.
matter what I do. No matter
For
what
real.
I do, this could be it.
For real. If you do the textbook surrender, you liable to get more of a hot one in your ass.
Yeah.
Then if you say like, I got a bomb in Elizabeth, New Jersey about to go off.
Yeah, you got to make yourself valuable at that moment.
I'm about to grow my beard back. I'm about to play this shit.
Nah, I'm gonna just start. You know, if a cop ever pull me over, be like, I know it is a bomb planet, but I got demands. Like,
Right.
You're like,
Take me to the station and look at my Facebook. But then you're gonna get Sandra Bland. You're gonna die in the station.
And I'm be like, before I say anything, I need a camera crew. I need a media outlet. I need a pastor. I need witnesses.
Right.
You know, and 3 dudes from Winnicky. just to keep y'all logical, let y'all realize when y'all acting out, when y'all acting stupid. Yeah.
Sorry, that was me trying to get this fucking fly.
I hate that.
But yo, Terrence Crutcher. Let's circle back. You know what I'm saying? Because that needs to be, you know, something that's touched on a little bit, because it's just like, you know, pre-show, me and Dre was talking about, you know, mulling over topics and just a general direction for the show. You know what I'm saying? But I had said, you know, shit, I hate to keep feeling like we're, you know, beating this dead horse by you know, talking about this one topic of, you know, rogue cops killing unarmed civilians that happen to be black. I mean, the storyline just keeps fitting that criteria. So I kind of checked myself as I was saying it, saying like, nah, we're not beating the dead horse. They just keep giving us topics, and it's pretty much week. You know, we're on every Thursday, and they can't even let a Thursday go by for us to beat a horse dead.
Yeah,
they keep feeding us with fresh new. We got the new all the time.
Exclusive new tragedy.
Yeah, come on, man. That's sickening, yo.
Yeah. You could start a segment this week in tragic death news.
Right.
And just, you know, fill in the blanks. Unarmed black man named B. And
yeah, we could just make a promo of it and then press play on it and then fill in the blank.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. It's scary. And, you know, this is the fucked up part. The only thing that makes me even slightly remotely comfortable leaving the house anymore is it didn't happen here. But I also go, it didn't happen here yet. You know, it always happens in a major city or a small southern town or somewhere where I've never been. But I've never been a lot of places. That doesn't mean that it won't make its way here. Those people there have never, probably some people in Oklahoma never been to Hyde Park, never been to Poughkeepsie. So if it happens here, they'll say the same thing. I've never been there, but I've been there. And you know, if this dude,
well, I've been to Charlotte, you know, so I actually had plans on moving to Charlotte, and they were kind of, it wasn't even like they were scrapped, they were just deferred. And now it's just like, you know,
you didn't go.
Yeah, because it's like I'm as much as I'm comfortable in my skin, and you know, I feel like I have a generally good sense of self, and I try not to deviate off my own path too much. I don't know how I would feel if I was in the midst of that. Imagine if your city felt like that. That energy is palpable. And
Contagious.
if you're of that mindset, but you know, I can say I'm in a position where I can have my feelings, talk about it, spew my thoughts, and go back to my regular life. Because once I leave the studio, I'm not walking out into that energy.
Right.
But say we were to have this show in that city, and when we have to drive home and we take, you know, I-70 or I-75, whatever joint that corridor is down there, we have to drive through that madness after just feeling so vehemently against the situation. Who's to say how we would react? You know what I'm saying? I have, you know, children that I have to provide for and all that, so I have a lot at stake, but my feelings are my feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And also take into account, if we were there, we'd have to face the caveat of we might not be downtown protesting, but the cops patrolling are still cops.
Yeah.
And their brothers are downtown, so we are a cop pull us over, they might be mad about what's going on with their brothers and sisters in blue down the street and take it out on us. Like, let me prove to y'all there's nothing y'all protests can do. Some of them got that, you know, that power. Some people become cops for the wrong reasons. Some people become cops for the wrong reasons. Some cops, and there are cops that are actually decent. I hate to have to be the one who says it, because it almost feels like a betrayal of my culture to actually, you know, give credence to. There are some good cops.
I think it's understated. Because, like you said, you get that feeling of you maybe betraying your side, so to speak, if you were to pick a side. But I think the average citizen can realize and understand that these are, you know, bad apples. Maybe the whole batch is getting rotten, but even while a batch is going through the rotting process or whatever, there still could be some good ones amongst them.
Right.
But you get lumped in, and the saddest thing is that these cops aren't standing up and saying, I'm not rotten. And
not only are they,
I'm not promoting what's going. It's that, was it Blue Wall of Silence?
The Blue Wall of Silence.
Yeah, like, see, so that's why you're getting lumped up together. You know what I'm saying?
And here's, I'm gonna tell you something that I seen a former police chief or whatever on CNN say, and I said, it screamed hypocrisy and just disrespect for Black lives. He said they were talking about, you know, matter of fact, Black Lives Matters and how they may respond to the Terrence Crutcher situation, and his statement was along the lines of, you know, it hurts me and it upsets me when I have to see 8 of my brothers and sisters, fellow, you know, brothers and sisters in blue, buried because of senseless violence, and talking about the situation in Dallas. And I said, that was 8. Not trying to be funny, but let's go numbers for numbers. There's been more than 8 within a month. We've lost more than 8 over the summer. Y'all lost 8 in one instance. The NYPD lost 2 when that dude came from Baltimore to Brooklyn, shot them 2 cops and skated out or whatever and got caught. I don't know. But they not losing at the rate we losing them. They're not losing theirs at the rate we losing ours. But you offended by the fact that 8 officers lost their lives, but their job, you know, it's a hazard of the job if they're on or off duty. You took a job where you may die. I'm not wishing that on you, but that's a reality of it. You choose to be a cop. We don't choose to be black. You know, and you're not outraged by this. You outraged by Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, but you're not outraged by the reason he is. So, that pissed me off. But no, there are good cops. I've met and worked with, you know, ex-police officers, cool as hell, cool as hell. I've had, you know, of course, you know, you're not always the perpetrator of a crime. Sometimes you're the victim, and who you gonna call? You know, so I've had, you know, to call the police and when they show up,
who you gonna call?
you know,
Leslie Jones?
I can't say Ghostbusters because ghost is another word for spook, and spook is a derogatory term for black people. So it really is like 6 degrees of separation from
I see where you went
being
with
a
that
derogatory term.
I see where you went with that one.
I could have did it though; it'd have been real cool.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, see, because of the spooks. Get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, dealt with some really cool cops. I got arrested by a cop that I was like, if I ever see you in the street, I'll buy you a beer. I mean, I was all in the wrong, so I couldn't even be mad at him. But cool as the other side of the pillow.
Yep. But then, that lends to the whole next topic that was kicked around by us in the pregame, and it was stated on another media platform where we're afraid that these cops, these new recruits, they're just getting training fresh off of lightweight civilianhood.
They soft.
Listen, I've had fist fights in my life. I know how it feels to be engaged in fisticuffs. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can hurt somebody's ego with a good punch to the face.
I can punch you in the face as well as I can receive a left hook to the eye. You know what I'm saying? But these people are soft. Never even had escalated verbal
confrontation.
Yeah. So you throw them in the academy, tell them that their lifeline is this pistol that you put on the side of them, then put the extra weight of you are your brother's keeper, so to speak, by saying, you are your partner's lookout. You know what I'm saying? And there's this, like, I don't know, weird thing with humans where they can remove themselves from a situation but get more offended by their close one going through it. So you can call me a punk.
Oh yeah, you can talk junk to me all day.
Don't call Dre a punk, because then I'm gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? So you throw them in that atmosphere with a loaded weapon and, like you said, damn near impunity at this point,
as well as a false perspective on the place that they're patrolling.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Terrence Crutcher looked like a big bad dude, according to the
exactly.
He looked like a bad dude.
Hold on, you put in a. Let's be honest. For the most part, these are people who may have never had any interaction with anybody of any other ethnicity other than their own until they were in this position. And of course, during the academy, they got to study stuff, statistics. When do most crimes happen? At night. Where do most crimes occur? In the inner city. Well, statistically, yes, because those are only numbers you're counting. You know what I mean? So if you juggle the numbers, if you cook the books literally on crime rates and crime statistics, which people look at and believe, then of course they're gonna be on edge. A supervisor of mine was telling me how when his son got out of the academy, he went into the academy in San Francisco. When he got out of the academy, they assigned him a beat in Oakland. Fresh out the academy.
That's a little bit different.
Fresh out of the San Francisco academy, stuck him in Oakland. Guess what shift they gave him first? Third watch. Overnight. You give somebody who ain't never lived in the hood, ain't never been around the hood, may have seen it, but, not exposed to it really. Yeah. And you put him in the most dangerous section at the most dangerous time. I mean, that's the kind of place that even the people who live there know, unless I got a reason to be here, I'm not going to be here. Right. This time of night. Right. So yeah, you have scary cops. Yeah. Scary cops. Which isn't good. because they got itchy trigger fingers.
Yeah.
I think, you know, some of it is poorly trained, and by poorly trained, I mean, what is it, a 15-week program? It does take longer to become a beautician than it does to become a police officer. You have that. Then some of them come back from Afghanistan, Iraq. They come back from the army, the service, and, you know, even over there's rules of engagement, but you can kind of get away with some stuff because nobody care about them doom goons. Nobody care. They're the enemy. All of them. Never know which one. And then you put them in a situation where everybody's enemy.
He just opens the door.
Word.
That's what he does? That door doesn't remain locked?
It does, but they know me in here. I'm saying I got privilege.
Well,
access.
I mean, they may know you, but you seem to be a stranger to us, so it'd be nice if you introduce yourself, sir. You look like a bad dude.
A big bad dude.
Big black guy. I feel threatened.
You should.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
You ain't gotta be scared to get your ass whipped.
He walking talking
Yeah,
cash shit.
he's coming in with the quips. But I don't believe you. You need more people.
Well, I mean, you know, he had time to sleep on it, so of course he had to come up with some good shit.
Yeah, he definitely should have
Touche,
some
mother
gems.
lover, touche.
Some gems.
Good evening, all.
Mm-hmm.
Here he come,
Is
trying to
this
fuck
a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the podcast.
Good evening, motherfuckers. But you know, it was a regular show. It's a family
Why you
family
yell?
show.
First of all, don't yell in the mic. You're gonna blow out the speakers. We discussed this at the meeting.
There was no meeting this week, so fuck you.
No,
The pre-show?
the radio club meeting,
Oh,
the one you didn't go to.
you didn't ask me to go. I would have went to that.
No, you wouldn't. You would have been asleep.
I wasn't sleeping at 1 o'clock. Bitch, you was talking to me at 1 o'clock.
You should have been asleep at 1 o'clock. That way you
No,
could've
you
made
were
it here on
you were
time,
talking to
motherfucker.
us at 1 o'clock.
Oh, so
Your
y'all-
ass
y'all-
should have been asleep.
Listen, man. Once Dre said,
Yo, take a seat, man. I don't like you
I'm-
doing all that standing.
Yeah, you making me nervous. Don't
If
do that. You're making me
If
nervous.
anybody's making us nervous, it's you with the wire,
My crew,
Donnie
bro,
Brasco.
Oh,
Donnie, word?
so you gonna bring the group feed into it?
Yeah, I didn't get that Donnie Brasco reference. Who am I snitching on?
Listen, I said, is you wired, nigga? Because you was asking questions and
He was using full government.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I was like, yo, is this nigga wired?
Yeah, that was.
oh.
I said, who sent you?
I found out apparently we say enough. Well, I definitely say enough incriminating stuff on these podcasts. Don't nobody gotta wire me at all. I'll tell you about that later. No names.
Wow.
Yeah,
Word?
yeah. Actually a fan. She's a fan. But yeah, you know how reckless my mouth is and all the stuff I say.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff you probably be a little apprehensive about somebody hearing.
I have told you, listen, I have told you from the beginning that you say stuff that's going to get us knocked by the Alphabet Boys.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah. Hold
It
on.
ain't the Alphabet Boys.
Yeah, it's
but,
not so much the Alphabet Boys.
But it's, you know.
Do we need to take a song break?
Nah.
We can't take a song break anyway. 'cause-
We'll
You ain't got your music? I requested your music last week and didn't get it.
Well, listen, we don't have access to the drive, so
Damn it, man.
Shut up.
you know what you want to do? What you want to do? What you want to
I would love to hear that VI song. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
Pink sample.
do? I ain't ready.
I don't know the name of it. Is that about a one night stand?
Nah, it's called I Ain't Ready, but
Ill. Like, yo, that's a radio joint, B. Like, that should be on 105.1.
Power 105?
Yes.
Word?
Song is dope. Dope, son.
can we say another station's name? Do I need to dump that?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's an advertisement for
Well,
them.
this is
so.
a podcast.
That too,
and
so.
We doing internet.
Right.
If we do radio.
Yeah, shout out to all the Clear Channel radio stations, iHeartMedia Music Group, whatever
Yeah,
it's called.
y'all need
Give
to
us
hire
a job.
Word.
Yeah.
Serious.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
I'm
Give
serious.
two of us a job.
Get it. I'm serious.
Give all of us a job.
Give two of us a job.
Yeah,
and
two
then
of us will
let
show
let
up.
us intern the last one.
Oh.
I'm not saying no names. Don't feel any guilt. What? Just because I'm looking in your general direction?
Yeah.
No, maybe I'm the one who needs to be interned. I got some shit with me.
I say we come as a package.
All right.
No pun intended. No homo.
Yeah, I was trying to work on that. Like, how do I clear that one up? Just come and package in the same sentence.
So 2 of us are the testicles, and 1 of us is the dick.
Wow.
So
that's not gonna work.
I don't want to be a dick.
You are a dick.
Nah,
I don't wanna be a bu-
you're kind of being the dick right now.
Thank you.
All right.
You're a limp dick.
I was about to say you ain't a big dick, motherfucker.
I am a big dick.
Nah, you just limping around this
shit.
motherfucker.
I ain't limping at all.
You're limping. So,
Yeah.
nah, I mean, cause you kind of walked in on
That's the
a
attack
serious time.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Because we nah, it's not your bad, but no, it is your bad. Fuck you. But the fact that we've been alerted to the grossly
Disturbing
like
frequency.
the grossly high frequency of our sexual banner on the podcast.
Oh, that's what we was talking about. I was talking
So,
about,
no. But I'm leading to
murdering
that.
black men.
Nah, so we decided to give the podcast sort of a show feel, but the unabridged version, the unadulterated version. So it's not so much about the dicks and the pussies, the rusty trombones and all that other crazy shit.
So we can't have time checks no more.
I mean, no, we can have time checks. You want a time check?
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I mean,
It's not about the pussy juice cocktail or the shit stained balls. It's about love.
go fucking go.
It's about connections.
Let's talk about everything on the podcast though, because like it does always tend
We
to
do,
lean-
but it lends to the sexual nature.
it's after hours.
Yeah, so we
This is
understand
the
that, but
reason why we got the podcast. Is to talk about
Whatever we want.
we know,
boom,
but
chicka, wah, wah.
until the IT guy gets his act together,
Ted, we coming for you.
we gonna go ahead and give the after hours a real
It's after hours.
we gonna give the after hours like
You think that's good?
son, why you got your throat on?
Because one of those voice joints, the dudes that talk through the throat.
Yo, Dre's wild.
You ain't, you ain't shit for last week. Too.
Look, no, I don't want to.
The fuck I do that?
Hold on.
Shit last week.
Hold up, because like I said, we was in the midst
Of
of
serious discussion.
bringing a supposed shining a light on a certain topic that is absolutely not laughable at any. We kind of like to keep it light and poke fun where we can poke fun, whether it's self-deprecating humor or just well-timed humor, just to inject some laughter into it. But it's not funny no more. You know what I'm saying? Like we were speaking about Terrence Crutcher,
Yeah.
situations like that where at the I'm gonna do it again. At the pregame, if you would have been there, if you would have been in attendance, you would have known that we was volleying and kicking around topics, to kind of mainline the show. And we had both come to the conclusion, we don't always want to be the angry,
Negro?
the angry Negro and the show that's always ranting and raving, but it's giving us new, fresh material every week.
Hey, we don't want to be the racial show.
Yeah, I got other shit to talk about.
I'd rather talk about.
I just bought NBA 2K17 for the old generation console, and I fucking hate it. And I got it for so cheap that it don't make no sense for me to give it back. I'd rather tell somebody at GameStop to buy me lunch.
I went to Walmart and bought clothes on my own.
What?
Not Walmart. Marshalls.
Oh, I was about to say.
I went to Marshalls and bought clothes. I
I
don't
was to
never
say,
do
did
that.
you?
I'd like to talk about shopping.
I buy my clothes at Burlington.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Burlington,
Nah, yeah,
TJ
Burlington
Maxx,
and TJ Maxx Marshalls. That's all.
All right.
I wish I
gonna
knew
lump it
about that shit
together.
when I was younger, yo.
Well, Burlington.
Yeah, about Marshalls and all of them.
Yeah.
I was like, these motherfuckers be fly. They be fly for $5 shirts, yo.
Yeah, man.
The fuck.
The fuck? But you look at on the shoulder, the stitching is off just a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
I wondered that.
it's
Yo,
nothing-
I
it's
wondered
nothing
that.
that
I
you-
said, Joe, are the clothes so cheap because they have some kind of factory defect?
Yes.
No, yeah, it is.
And didn't make it through the.
Yeah,
That's exactly
but yo,
why.
listen. Sometimes we come up because the factory standards are so strict that if one stitch is off under the underarm portion, which will never get seen anyway,
Yeah.
that shit's gonna fly to that other segment, and we're gonna benefit because we gonna get that $90 polo shirt for
So
$25.
they're selling us
You know what I'm
factory defect clothing.
Yeah, but
The whole
we all
time.
knew that though.
I didn't know that.
We knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that, bro.
I thought it was surplus.
No.
It may be a little bit of that
a little bit
too.
of column A, a little
but-
column B, but mostly column A.
Yeah.
The only thing I ever got from one of those kinds of stores that was actually defective, and this is the fucking amazing shit, was a coat from Burlington Coat Factory. Back in 7th grade, I got a coat from Burlington Coat Factory. Decided to have a snowball fight in my backyard with, I forgot which friend of mine, whoever was my friend at that time. Wasn't a lot of people. Nobody liked me. Damien just swallowed a fly.
I just killed R&BD.
No, so we having a snowball fight. He throws a snowball at me. I turn it on my side to take it on the hip. The whole pocket falls off. No. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Not the whole pocket falls off. 3/4 of the pocket fall off.
Oh
So
shit! So it's hanging.
So yeah, it's just hanging down the side like an Indiana Jones satchel, just upside down. And I'm like, this is a coat from the coat factory. Apparently, this was supposed to be in the do not sell bin because I got hit with a snowball. I didn't run into a tree.
Yeah,
I didn't get attacked by a deer. I got hit with a fucking snowball by a boy in the 7th grade, and my pocket fell off.
Yeah. Now, where you say you got that from?
Burlington Coat Factory.
Well, nah. Burlington, it operates by different standards. Marshalls and TJ Maxx are kind of like two of the same. It's like kind of like Ford and Lincoln.
Well, yeah, Marshall TJ.
They're the same company.
Yeah.
They just they put the more exclusive shit over at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Marshalls is Ford, TJ Maxx is Lincoln. Burlington Coat Factory does actually operate by a different standard and set of rules. They do actually have some official shit there.
But if you are the coat factory, shouldn't your
coats like
stand up to snowballs?
It definitely should.
It's a winter coat.
Well, you were always an oversized kid.
It wasn't like the fucking thing
So-
was tight.
So
It wasn't snug.
for the fact that they felt like they had to put more material on that coat, somebody was mad. Somebody was like,
I
they
bought it
needed-
off the rack. It
They
wasn't-
needed to take a break.
I bought
So
it
when
off
they
the
were
rack.
supposed to reinforce that pocket
They just
stitching,
went over one time.
they went over one.
Well, what about the
time.
other pocket?
That pocket? They didn't need to take a break on that pocket. It was good.
No, that pocket fell off too.
Oh, so maybe they do the pockets together.
And a whole nother snowball fight. Wasn't a snowball
Damn,
fight.
bro.
No, it wasn't a snowball
I
fight.
want to have a snowball fight with you. I feel like you'll fall apart.
This
like,
wasn't the
you'll come back
snowball
to the
fight.
show talking
The-
about I lost my arm.
The other pocket came off when I put something in it.
Oh, see,
I
you
put something-
stressed it.
I put something in it, and when I put my hand into the pocket to get it, that pocket came right off.
You stressed it. You shouldn't be putting grown women in your pocket anyway. Nobody told you to do that. So
Ain't my fault.
I
grown
can't blame
women.
Burlington for that.
Ain't my fault, grown women.
But then I can't find a smooth segue back to Terrence Crutcher from this.
I can. Have you guys heard about the planned boycott on September 26th?
Of what?
Everything.
What does that mean?
Isaiah Washington, the actor.
I gotta buy my own.
Isaiah
I gotta make
Washington.
my own lunch.
Isaiah
I gotta buy
Washington.
my lunch the day before. This.
Isaiah Washington, the one who got kicked off grades for being flagrant?
Yeah, that dude. He is. He has come up with this idea that all people of color on September 26th.
People of color, I don't even
National-
I don't even like that.
Well, he's saying black people, Hispanic people, Mexicans,
all the people they don't like.
Arabs, everybody.
All non-whites. Like, are we really trying to be politically correct in this?
But
well, he's saying
Arabs count as white. So
he's saying specifically
they do.
Arabs and Middle Easterns count as white.
Since when?
They do.
Under whose rules?
Census.
Oxford?
Son,
Webster?
they
Census.
changed the definition. I'll tell you the story. Go ahead, D.
I
got a story.
Yeah.
So these white people blowing us up.
But
or attempting to.
Brr,
But
I wish
anyway,
I had a. Where's my sound effects board?
gotta figure that out.
Okay, you were saying?
Shut your mouth. I'm
Yeah, so
producing. And I started this whole show from the rooter to the tutor.
You're right, and I need to learn that too. But that's
Why
not.
don't you learn to be here on time?
You're right. I should.
Keep going. Keep going.
Learn to read a clock. Learn to set your alarms.
Did you listen to all my joints today?
I-
On the
Your responses?
yeah.
I did. I forgot them.
Okay. Captain Save a Ho.
Yeah, you responded
That
to that.
was
You-
why would you call me that? I haven't saved any hoes.
You attempted to.
I attempted
Not
to,
for lack of trying. Ronnie Romance.
but she didn't want to be saved.
Don't save her.
I'm glad
She don't
I
wanna
ain't
be
saved her.
saved. Don't say, anyway, back to Isaiah Washington.
I got saved.
Hey, we not supposed to. Oh God.
No names. No names.
here we go.
Let's just.
I know
call
we
it-
don't. No, we don't do names. I said, oh God.
just call
I didn't say, oh Jehovah. Anyway,
But
back
you
to
did.
Isaiah. Shut up.
You actually just did.
Isaiah Washington.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, he said he's telling black people, yo, don't go to work September 26th. He said, imagine the. That's why we can't unite, son.
Nah, because you're going to tell me, look, Isaiah Washington, you going to pay me for my day?
That's the.
What if I get fired? Is Isaiah Washington gonna give me a job? I'm sorry. Hold
Yeah.
on. If you can find,
Listen.
Isaiah Washington can kiss these grits. That's what's going on with that.
No, listen. He is absolutely right that we should unite and we should
Bro,
decide.
we've already had this conversation.
Yeah, we have, of course.
But-
we got to keep
yeah,
having
but
it every
listen.
time this shit happens.
These conversations are coming. Geppetto, could you cut it out? these conversations are coming up from high, and these people can sustain these type of losses.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And
I'm with you.
I got paid time off. I could sustain the loss, but I'm also very much in tune and in cahoots with people who can't sustain that type of loss. I mean, we're actually dealing with people who are 1 or 2 paychecks, 2 or 3 bad decisions away from poverty.
Yeah.
word.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
me.
We've all been.
we can't be the we can't be the
I'm sorry. I'm right in that category, yo. Let me buy a PlayStation. I'm homeless, yo.
Yo, for real though, I was so displeased with my NBA 2K7 for the 360. I wanted to go out and buy Xbox One, but I would be homeless next month. If I went out and bought an Xbox One or a PS4, I would be homeless next month. So, listen, that's neither here nor there. So the good idea, the novel, great ideas that coming from up high, these people, they can sustain these losses, but they're depending on us, the common folk, to carry the load.
the movement.
You know, spearhead the movement. And
See, this is why the unity needs to be complete, because if the unity was complete, we would have funds appropriated and set aside for such people.
you know,
You know what I'm saying? If we stood together as let's just call it a black nationalist group, and those people on the
damn, that sound racist.
V,
I'm black, and that should sound that should sound like a problem.
see if you can find, because I know it's on Facebook, but see if you can find Killer Mike speaks at
oh
All
yeah,
Black
yeah, that
National
was dope.
Convention.
That was dope. That was dope.
He said everything that needs to be said.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. And what's the name? Umar said something similar.
Yo,
Umar has Dr. Umar Johnson. He has said like, "Yo, we're not ready to." He said everybody wants to be a revolutionary, but we are not ready to.
Black National Convention.
Yeah.
yeah.
Killer Mike speaks at. Was that this year?
I don't know what year it was. It's the second one. The second one.
Are we all looking at the same screen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
All right, fuck you.
Except when it's on Dre's page.
All right, so what you? Hey, this is it's 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Can we narrow this down a little bit, or you just want to?
Are we allowed to play that?
Why wouldn't we be?
Yeah, this
'Cause
is not.
remember they said we
this is
couldn't-
not copywritten. This is just
It's not
footage.
copyrighted music.
Yeah, it's just uploaded to. This is for general consumption, bro.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right,
listen,
it started.
they
and
said
then
before that we can't do the YouTube stuff.
No, he's talking about the music.
I have to say this because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody on the panel. I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South. We're in the heart of the South right now. Who fishes? Who knows how to fish? Hands down. Who knows how to hunt? Less hands. Hands down. Who shoots on a regular basis, meaning once or twice weekly? Hands down. Now you see how many hands? Who farms or grows their own food right now? Hands down. You ain't ready to oppose nothing. You are as a part of this system as any white person gentrifying in this city. And you can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about because I've lived in this neighborhood long enough to know when 2 out of every 5 yards had a garden in the back. I'm old enough to know when the Muslim community was the strongest security force and their own food force in this community. Black people, I love you, and I love you enough to tell you, you ain't ready to revolt shit. You don't feed yourself. You don't hunt your own animals and slaughter them. You don't prepare your own.
Nah, he ain't done yet.
It's a long clip.
It's a 5-minute clip.
Yeah, we're not gonna spend 5 minutes of the show, but that's
Why not?
Because it got to the point.
Okay.
Once he said we ain't ready to revolt shit, that's exactly the point that needed. I mean, the rest of it is, basically emphasizing that point. So look that up if you're listening and you haven't seen it yet. Look up Killer Mike speaks at Black National Convention or something like those are keywords.
I put that in and I got it. It was the second one.
It's the one where he's on the dais. It's got a nice peach brown hue to the to the video.
But yo, I have always said that we need more Jim Browns. Like this whole Colin Kaepernick thing, him, and I can't stand Ray Lewis right now. It breaks my heart to say that I can't stand Ray Lewis right now.
Yo,
Why does it break your heart?
I don't even know what Ray Lewis said, but go ahead, tell me why it breaks your heart.
Because all before this stuff, Ray Lewis was a very I'm not gonna say pro-black, but he spoke for the people to the people who are being oppressed and face hardships, and he spoke to the black plight.
Okay.
Now it more seems like he's speaking to he's like trying to sidestep in, like he's like saying, "Oh, what about black on black crime?" You know what I'm saying? Where police brutality and black on black crime are two completely separate issues.
Wow.
Yes, they're both bad. We need to do something about both, but we're not talking about black on black crime, Ray. So you can't say, like I say all the time, when Pookie shoots JoJo, Pookie goes to jail. Mm-hmm. When Officer Todd shoots Damien, he gets paid vacation.
Yeah.
Till they have a trial or an investigation, and then they come to find out, he was just doing his job.
And all the while, we all know that. You know what I'm saying? Once you say it, because sometimes things get lost, and just like I'm not spending my day thinking about black on black crime and the specifications of how it's carried out and what goes down. But an actual white guy that posted a video that made it to social media and all that, he actually broke that down, saying listen, it's not the same thing. Stop comparing these two, because we don't classify,
Mexican on
Mexican,
white
white on white. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Black on black is the only crime.
It's the only crime that's categorized.
When we had our show on guns, I put that stat out there. Mm-hmm. There is no such thing as black on black crime. If you are murdered, homicide happens 9 times out of 10
by someone
of your color, of your race, of your ethnicity, whatever. Mm-hmm. Whether you're white, whether you're Spanish, whether you're black, doesn't matter what you are. If you are murdered, 9 times out of 10 you're murdered by
so
someone.
whoever's dying,
whoever's
you pretty
near
much
you.
dying at the hands of your own ethnicity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whoever's around you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that most likely that's what accidents happen close to home. So,
True.
You know, but black on black crime is the all lives matter to police brutality. It's the deflection. It's the, well, it's the same as when they say, how come y'all can say nigga but we can't?
Yeah.
It's how come you don't get mad when you kill each other? Why you mad when I kill you?
Yeah. And what the fuck? What in the fuck type of rationale?
It's gaslighting. It's what they've been. It's gaslight. They can't brainwash us as much anymore. You know, too many of us are waking up. You know what I'm saying? But when we couldn't read and we just had to eat and accept whatever it was that they told us, then they could brainwash us. They brainwashed us to the point where they don't have to do it anymore. We do it ourselves. We do it to our kids.
Yeah.
You know? And now that the whole brainwashing is wearing off, now they got to gaslight us, which is to convince you that what happened to you is your fault.
Right.
You know?
So
He
fuck
would-
Ray Lewis for even getting involved in that
But
process.
I feel the same way about Ray Lewis, and I have the same, theory about Ray Lewis saying some nut ass shit like that as I do about Lil Wayne saying, I've never experienced racism in my life. Fuck it.
No, listen. I gotta throw that kind of. I understand what Lil Wayne is saying because, real shit. I'm a black man. I'm 30 something years old, and I have never, bless the gods, experienced racism the way some other people have.
Overt.
Okay.
Blatant.
Yeah.
You haven't experienced racism the way some other people have. Have you ever experienced racism?
Not to my knowledge. Like, because here's the thing, too.
I'm pretty sure you weren't paying attention.
No, it's not a pay attention thing. It's a thing of this. I don't naturally assume that because someone doesn't like me, doesn't fuck with me, or whatever, it's because of my skin color. You might just not like that nigga D. Period.
You've never had somebody, lock a door, pull a purse close, walk to the other side of the street.
Oh, I had an experience with this white
yeah,
girl.
that's covert. It's not
all right,
overt.
so you was
but
with
it's
me this day.
racism nonetheless.
Yeah, we was in the mall. Me, him, Sanchez, and I think it might have been Wimberly. Somebody, one of the gammas. And I'll never forget this day, yo. We walking in the mall back when the Disney store was downstairs. You know how the mall has those big giant pillars, or used to have those big pillars. We walking straight, and there's this young white girl coming towards us, and she's so focused on us, and she's looking at us like in fear, like we about to jump on her.
Walks into the pillar.
Yes, hard, because she's walking fast. Like it's like she saw us and sped up, and she sped up, keeping her eyes on us, and boom, and we all just lost it. Died laughing
I
at
forgot
her.
that,
And
but that's funny just thinking about it.
That's good for her.
it was hilarious, and she fell, son. Like fell
That's what she
Word.
on the ground.
That is what
So,
she get.
but when these elite or influential people,
Wait, these?
These.
T-H-E-S-E?
Not these.
Oh, D. I'm about to say when these influence.
yeah.
What the fuck?
These
Go back to
influential.
sleep.
He's influential on a pillow. He influences it to wrap around his face,
Yes, he is.
kind of like thighs. See, I had to make it sexual somehow.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You didn't have to. But.
That's
It's
what I do.
7-Eleven, bitches. It's time to suck this dick.
And I'm let me not follow that up with that statement. I'm gonna give that a couple more minutes. Backtrack. No, when these influential and people with a platform either, does what Ray Rice does, like bring up, what about black on black crime, or says I've never experienced racism in my life, or just keep silent. Or like, Cam, I don't know what Cam Newton said, but apparently Colin Kaepernick wasn't feeling it because all I saw was the picture, and the look on Cap's face when Cam tried to dap him was like, nigga, what? It's exactly what his face said. His face said, nigga, what? So, I believe that the reason they are silent and all of that is because to speak up and to speak out is to put themselves in the jeopardy of the wrath of the man that pays them and writes their checks. Michael Jordan, Oprah, Jay, yeah, I'm calling you out, Jay-Z. I don't care how many I Got the Keys videos you put out. That has some kind of thing to it, right? That's what I heard. I'm not really...
Jay-Z walks a fine line.
Yeah.
He's almost the master of pushing it right to the limit.
Yeah, like you'll
and sunning himself right back down.
Yeah, you'll believe that, people would believe that, if something went down, there was a revolution, Jay would be part of it. He'd be down for it. But I think that his pockets would be like, I'm going to stay with my money. Yeah. And this man provides me with money.
Word
so
up.
I'm going to stay where my money's at.
I think he would spend behind the closed doors time trying to convert his money sources to his way of thinking.
Yeah.
And if he couldn't do that, he would ultimately stay on the other side.
Yeah. But they quiet because they don't want to upset their masters.
Nah, you don't mess with the
puppet
fun,
masters.
the faucet. You don't upset the money faucet.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can kind of empathize with that in a certain way, but stay out my lane if that's how you feel. Let it be known, because if you let it be known, I'll respect that. Because if you say like, listen, man, I'm from Marcy, roaches in the cereal box, like straight hardship shit, and I done made a multi-million empire out of me speaking, and I choose to side with this, I'm not gonna like it, but at the end of the day, I'll respect it. Don't coon me. Don't pretend to be on my side.
Yeah, he cooned himself with that whole Barney situation.
Yeah, I was about to say the Barney's joint
when that
too.
whole Barney situation popped off, I think my love for him as an artist died.
Right.
My respect for him as a
man. Yeah. See, Jay-Z was
situation?
With the clothing line.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, okay, Jay was dropping a winter line at Barney's the store in New York City, and just before its launch, there was this situation where a young black kid went into Barney's, bought a Ferragamo belt,
yeah,
paid for it with his own credit card, left the store, and got
snatched up
by the police down the block. And the police said, you don't look like you can afford this. Took him back to Barney's. And Barney's was the ones who called the cops.
Right.
So you sell me an item and then call the cops for me buying it?
Because they said they think the credit card was a fake.
Yeah, because how did it go through?
How did he get, how can he afford this? I mean, it's a $300 belt. $300.
So what? You could save $300.
That's what I'm saying. $300 ain't crazy hard to come by.
I could buy a $300 belt right now.
We could all buy a $300 belt.
I might be out of an apartment.
If you were, ain't gonna be no lights on, but I can have that belt.
I can still have that belt though.
My sag is gonna be swag.
What the fuck?
I mean, they wear belts, but then they let their pants sag.
Yeah, I know.
They wear belts to hold them up at their upper thigh. Yeah, I realize that.
So he's sagging and swagging, but So and when this happened, of course, everybody knows that Jay-Z's on the precipice of dropping this line.
He about Barney, to pull his.
It's okay. What do you do? What's your reaction to this injustice, this disrespect to a young black man? The people you claim to speak for and represent, what is your reaction to how these people you going into business with treat your people? And he said, well, for me to make a decision or make a judgment based on just hearsay would be just as prejudiced. It would be the same as them being prejudiced. Like, he justified not doing it. Like, I'd be just as bad as them if I reacted prejudicially, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
he's whack for that.
And then his answer to, still launching it was, all the proceeds will go to the Sean Carter Foundation.
Give me a break.
And anybody who's stupid enough to think that that's not a profit for him, thought
Tax
that was
write-off.
nice. They was like, oh, that's lovely.
That's why athletes have charities.
That's so nice of him. He's donated to the Sean Carter Foundation, so that'll go to some. You know what it'll do?
The Sean Carter Foundation goes right back into Jay-Z's account.
It's a yeah.
It's
Ultimately, it's
loosely
a loophole.
wired to his
It's
Bank
clean.
of
It's a
America.
Loophole is
Hold on,
what, is
hold
what, is what the rich people do.
All right, go ahead.
It's clean money. A
Yes.
tax write-off.
Yes.
You ain't seen money in your life. When it comes to this cheese, y'all like three blind mice. He been telling us for years what he doing. That man is the devil. I'm sorry.
Sorry for ranting on Jay like that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, God MC.
Look,
It's like,
no,
yo,
that's Rakim.
I've always said, like, yo, if we had more Jim Browns and sports and entertainment, all that, because, like, yo, we are powerful, we just don't unite. You know what I'm saying? If every athlete, every black athlete, tomorrow said, you know what, I'm not playing, not practicing, not doing nothing, until they do something about all this police brutality stuff.
Yeah.
You know how many you know how many billions of dollars would be affected?
Now,
Yeah, but
Now-
all those black,
Oh.
most of those black athletes would lose their way of living too.
No, they
So-
wouldn't. They wouldn't lose it. It would hurt. It might hurt. It might. If it doesn't work, it's gonna hurt. But if it works, you have no.
Hold on, I don't understand why it is the black athletes in the NFL couldn't take an example from the Missouri State?
Missouri
Missouri. The Missouri players,
football team,
they weren't even professional. There was just one team.
and that's one college.
That's one team who decided we not gonna play, and things got changed. If
Immediately,
if just a couple of players who were down for the cause from each team, and see Isaiah Washington talking about September 26th. That's a Monday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if every player, or at least enough players who were playing on Monday and Sunday, decided we not gonna play, and it ain't got to be all of them. It just has to be enough.
well, if you want to talk about the NBA and the NFL, if the blacks stop playing, that's 80% of the league.
If 10% of 80% of that 80% decide not to play, that's too many fines. There'd be so many fines that they'd be like, okay, we just have to address this issue. Especially if it's like, if they go, okay, keep mounting the fines. I just won't play next week either.
The fines won't add up to the actual like sales and
Nowhere close.
like, you know what I'm saying, like them playing.
Nowhere close. Because guess what?
Hold on. Here's why it affects the money. If the marquee players or enough players don't play, the team starts to lose. Teams start having bad losing records or uninteresting games.
even before that,
the fans ain't gonna show up.
It's even. I was say it's even bigger than that because why do you think the NBA had a problem with Greg Popovich not playing his stars? Because like he was one of his things. He's always rested his older guys, so like Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili. People show up to see these guys play, and the NBA had such a fit with him about it because when he had announced that they weren't playing at certain venues, ticket sales went down, TV viewership went down, everything went down. And so for the NBA, that's bad. It's like, yo, you just took $3 million out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, tough.
That's like me saying, yo, you just took a dime out of my pocket.
Yeah, really. The NBA mad about the lucky dime. Oh, Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck ass motherfucker.
Yeah, but well, see, the thing is, the NBA and the NFL, they're smart because they understand that, like, yo, wow, this is a dime. If we let this catch on, you know what I'm saying? We in trouble and we risk power. What?
The on air sign. You turn it on?
I don't think so.
How do you turn? Hold on.
The button over there, right next to D. Push that
D,
button.
push the
No,
button.
no, over to the right.
You dumped it, D.
To the right.
To the right. You're
No,
right.
To the right, not to the right. On
That is
the
my
power
Your
strip.
other
On
right.
the power strip.
On the power.
Power strip.
There you go. All
All
right,
right.
you're live.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Shout out to Josh.
Oops.
Yo.
Also, they made the dump switch really easy.
Wait.
Yeah.
Are we actually on air?
No.
Oh, okay.
So what's it?
Just let them know. Turn it back on.
Nah, he did. But that doesn't affect us anyway because we're not live. So
Yeah.
we're just recording.
I just like touching buttons.
We are recording, right?
Yes, we're recording. Fuck you.
Why you bringing up bullshit, Dre? Why you bringing up bullshit?
Yeah, hold on.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm flipping the bird.
Fuck you. Yeah. Last season I had a thing with not recording at crucial moments.
That's all right.
But I'm watching it say recording and the time is actually elapsing.
I mean, I'm
saying time recorded. It's been recording for an hour and 10 minutes, so we're good.
Nothing could be worse than when I produced. I didn't turn off the microphones.
Oh man,
tonight.
yo,
we was cussing live on the air.
Cussing,
Live.
intimidating yourselves.
Man,
Donnie
fuck LeBron,
Broscolin.
dude.
Donnie Broscolin.
I was all like, fuck LeBron and shit.
all kinds of shit. Because somebody at that time, somebody called me up and said, "Yo, y'all microphones are still on." They had text me. I was like, "Yo, Dre, we still on, nigga." Yeah. So anyway, I think we missed, we missed as a, I guess you could say as a community. Thank you, Doc Rivers. When that whole racial thing was going on with the Clippers.
Yeah, right.
And the Clippers were playing against the Warriors, and all the black athletes came together from both teams and said, "Yo, we're not playing a game if they don't get homeboy up out of there." And they had agreed, both teams, the Warriors too. They was like, "Yo, we with it." You know what I'm saying? We not playing. Period.
Right.
And Doc Rivers convinced them that they should protest another way. This whole like they complaining about Kaepernick. Find another
way to protest.
So that's when they came and they covered up the logo. They came out and they covered up the logos when they was warming up. Fuck off. Eat a dick.
Yeah, man, that shit crazy. So find another way to peacefully protest.
Suck my dick.
Colin Kaepernick is protesting in silence.
He's doing the most.
That's the most.
I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Yeah.
You don't get no more peaceful protest than I'm just not gonna engage.
Exactly.
And it's and people lose.
So no, they don't want us. They don't say protest in another way because the way that he's protesting is offensive. They're just saying kind of protest by doing it, by getting along.
Yeah, just suck it up.
Yeah,
like Shannon Sharp said.
Grin and bear it.
Thank you, Shannon Sharp, for painting things in the proper perspective.
Is that the show that Lil Wayne is on? Skip and Shannon?
Yeah, he was on there. Yeah,
I wonder if Skip Bayless was like, "Oh, at least it's not Stephen A. Smith." And found out.
No. I
shit.
gained huge respect for Skip Bayless. Huge. I hate him as a sports writer, sports guy. Like when he commented on
you just
sports.
Don't agree with his opinion.
I despise his perspectives on sports and shit.
Is it because of the show?
No, for years he's been the same sports writer dude. Like he's an asshole.
Okay,
and he knows shit about sports.
All right.
However,
go ahead. Thank you very much.
Shut up. As a person, I gained so much respect for him after watching like the clips between him and Shannon Sharp and other people. Because like, yo, Shannon Sharp does a great job. He's like, yo, he brought up the World War II, the veterans and all that. How we as black people would go to, World War II. Said starting in World War II, we would go and fight against people we don't know who have done nothing to us, and fight for rights that we don't get here in our own country. We die. He's like, you mean tell me we're going to die and kill other people who we don't know, have no kind of problem with, to protect their rights that we don't have in our own country? And what's the name? Skip Bayless, his whole thing is, as a white man, as a someone who grew up good, I can't relate to what the black man goes through, but I understand how wrong it is how African Americans are treated. I see it. He's like, what can I do? Tell me what can I do to help affect change, because we got to make a change.
Yeah, that's respect. You can, yeah.
Super,
I can respect that.
Super respect him for that.
Never
expect to hear that come out of his mouth.
That reminds me of a clip I seen on C-SPAN a guy called in to this show, and he was talking to the lady, the black lady on there, and he said to her, he said, I'm prejudiced. He's like, it's not because anybody black has ever done anything to me. He's like, I've never been around black people, but my only impression is what I've seen in movies and television, and you know, you watch the news, you watch cops, and you see all these things. You see what's going on in their communities. Basically, outside looking in, I've never had a black coworker. I've never had a black friend. I don't know where he lived, but it was definitely powder filled.
Yeah.
You know? And he admitted that. He was like, I don't know. And he was like, he asked the lady literally, what can I do to overcome this prejudice? What can I do to get past this? You know, and he sounded like an older guy, so he kind of like, I don't have time to be creative and beat around the bush or anything. Listen, lady, tell me. I want to know. I wanted to get past this. And I like her suggestion. Her suggestion was pretty much, she was like, make a black friend. Get to know a black family. Like, you know, go to a black church and befriend the people there. Get to know them. Really, you know, he's like, because, you know, if they're at church, you're probably good. You know what I mean? That's a good, safe feeling.
Even the most angriest black person at church is subdued.
Yeah, you're not likely to get popped off on at church. unless it's Dylan Roof.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless it's Dylan. But, he's out there wilding.
Yeah, so it's nice. That's the first step. The first step is not, you know, denial as in, you know, I didn't do it to you, or, you know, get over it. It's acceptance of okay, there is a problem. I don't know what to do to fix it. And when it comes to the whole police versus the community thing, I go back to, number one, it is not just black people.
No.
It's not.
We had that show last season too.
I know, but I have to keep reminding people, because it's not just the police versus black people. It's the police versus the people. Because the guy who got shot in North Carolina was shot by a black cop. I seen the dash cam video of a white couple being assaulted by white police. Okay? The guy got pulled over for speeding. His wife, I mean, the quintessential, you get out of speeding ticket card, she's in fucking labor. Okay, well, you know,
I heard about this story.
Stay here, we're gonna call an ambulance. Why the fuck are you gonna call an ambulance? I'm in the car. She's giving birth. Escort me. You got, you know, you can clear the way. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take longer for us to wait for an ambulance because they live 10 miles away from the nearest hospital. Okay? So it's going to take longer to wait for an ambulance to be deployed, get her and take her, than to let me take my fucking wife to the fucking hospital. Even if you have to give me an escort, you know what I'm saying? But please, you're wasting time. The guy, this is a white couple. The guy is explaining to him, my wife's in labor. You can hear her on the dash cam video, the police dash cam. You can hear her screaming in labor. So he's telling the cops, yo, I need to go. I ain't got, you know, like, why are you pulling me over? Okay, here's my license, my registration, but this is really an inopportune time for you to be doing this. You see her legs cocked up. You see the baby pretty much coming the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? She's got a huge belly.
That shit crowning.
Yeah. They tased him and cuffed him. And then pulled her out the car.
Fuck a cop, man.
And made her wait till the ambulance came. Which at that point, the baby, I think, was damn near there.
I think the baby was born in the car or something.
But all that time, they could have let them fucking go. And the baby probably wouldn't have came out, but they added stress to the situation. She probably could have had a normal birth and held out till she got there, but they added stress to the situation.
For real.
So they're not just doing it to us.
You're not protecting and serving, basically.
I seen the live footage of the protest down in North Carolina yesterday, and you know there are supportive white people, and they got in the. I seen one dude get in the face of the line of riot geared police, and another cop from behind the line grabbed him and pulled him across that blue line. And I don't know if they was cuffing them or what, but it looked like there was like 4, 5, 6 of them on him, unnecessarily too many, fucking him up probably as best they could without looking like they were fucking him up because the cameras were all on.
Swift kicks.
So it's
They don't give a fuck about our cameras no more.
it don't matter.
Yeah,
it
they
don't
really,
matter.
they really don't.
I mean, they're shooting people on camera and still getting away with it. With cell phone, video cams, dash cams, body cams, video surveillance at the store. You could have Spike Lee and a gaffer and a lighting crew. It could be unequivocal, and they're still not gonna go to jail. There will be no consequences. It is open season. That's all. That's all. That's all it is. We are, like I said at the beginning, we are at war, but nobody let us know that it was on. It's kind of a, if you don't figure it out. And then we get punished for defending ourselves.
Yeah.
We get punished for complying. We get punished for... there's no wins.
As I say, if I'm gonna get blamed for doing something, I might as well do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
If you're gonna...
That was my philosophy.
Like, it's got to the point where I'm almost ready to, if I get pulled over, to just ask the cop, do I get to go home? How does this situation end? And they might get offended. And I'm like, listen, I just need to know, should I call my mother and tell her to pick my body up, or what the fuck? Because I could comply all I want, but apparently that's not working. Don't get offended. Don't get offended. You came to my car door with your hand on your gun like you knew something. Don't be mad if I'm prejudicial towards you.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello.
This motherfucker taking phone calls on a motherfucking
He's taking phone calls on air, ladies and gentlemen.
You are the worst employee ever. First you late to work, and then you taking personal calls on company time.
Don't worry, I bumped his mic.
Yeah, I'm on recording right now.
Who's that?
You're not recording because your mic's not on.
Who?
Right now.
Oh.
Yo, what up, Donnell?
I said, what up? Dre said, he got a job for you.
For me?
Yeah.
D. Will got a job for me? Well, what? Do you want to relay it on air?
Huh? What?
Put him on speaker, dude.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna put you on speaker.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you.
He can hear you, cuz.
Why don't you put it up to the microphone?
Oh, peace, man.
I did that.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on with you?
Ain't that much.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get my life together on that fire stick action.
Oh, yeah. For sure, though.
Oh.
We can make that happen.
All right.
Can't say,
I mean, I got my joint right. I mean, can we make it happen today?
Yep. We can make it happen ASAP. ASAP Rocky.
My phone breaking up. I don't know if it's mine or if it's Damien's phone. It's probably Damien.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blame the black guy.
It's probably R&BDs.
He said,
He
"Yeah,
fell
you can make
asleep
that happen
on it
today."
earlier.
Shut up, Dre.
All right. So after I leave the gym, I'm gonna get up with you.
All right.
All right. What time y'all done with your podcast, cuz?
We done probably in a half hour.
All right. I'll be done here like in an hour.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah. D's still a dickhead for taking the phone call. Fuck him. Shout out to Michelle Obama for keeping the legacy alive by imitating her husband on Colbert, doing a great job.
Michelle Obama got a fatty.
dressing the part, showing off her fatty. It's so crazy how when she first came out, she was wearing Barbara Bush dresses and shit.
She got the first booty.
First pussy. Nah.
Yeah, why are they not talking about?
Let me not diminish the
Dakota pipeline. And the Dakota pipeline.
The Dakota pipeline.
Yeah, they trying to run a pipeline through North and South Dakota through
North
the
and
Sioux
South.
Nation?
Yeah, North and South Dakota through Sioux
territory.
land.
And the Indians are protesting and they bucking them down too.
Really?
And they're protesting.
That didn't even make it to my timeline.
Yeah, yo, it's crazy because there's thousands of Sioux out there, like on the front line, like, nah, nigga, we don't want the fucking pipeline. We voted it down. Y'all still coming around with this pipeline shit? Like, no, motherfucker, it's not happening.
They want to put a pipeline through the Dakotas, but they still can't fix the water in Michigan.
Flint. Wow.
It's the war is real. It's real, and it ain't just us. And what is killing me is, you know what? It really does feel right now like that first mural. If you ever saw the videos or anything about the murals at the Denver International Airport, if you haven't, look it up. It's fucking creepy. It makes me want to go visit Denver International Airport with the same curiosity that I want to visit like a haunted house or Edgar Allan Poe's gravesite. It's fucking morbid, but I really don't want to fly in and out of there. But look that shit up. But the first mural has like a dead Indian girl, a dead black girl, and a dead Jewish girl. Dead white girl, but it was Judeo-Christianism. But anyway, all the things in that first mural I see coming into fruition. So look that shit up. The Denver International Airport murals. But it's but you know, they're declaring basically war on anybody of any color. If you're Mexican, if you're Syrian, if you Black, if you Native American, if you French Polynesian, you know, there's somebody out there making your life miserable in a way that it doesn't need to be. And it's happening on such a scale that it amazes me that everybody who isn't profiting directly from this hasn't revolted. Like, everybody has something to lose in this. There's nobody who will get away from this unscathed except for the ones putting everything into motion.
Propagating it.
Yeah. So, and once again, like you missed this part, D. But I had said that with these terrorist quote unquote attacks happening in Philly and Jersey and New York, you ready for President Trump?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're ready for it?
Yeah.
You welcome this?
Doesn't matter.
He's proposing a nationwide stop and frisk policy.
And you're surprised?
I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of a little bit shocked that he brought that out at the town hall where he was supposed to be speaking on black issues.
Is that
he don't give a fuck about niggas?
Is that not the same as the Gestapo? That's Nazi Germany.
It is. It's just like Bloomberg running New York City.
But Bloomberg doesn't even support Trump.
How about to say Bloomberg
started. He made stop and frisk mandatory.
He started that process, but I feel like he had a change of heart.
He didn't have a change of heart. The Supreme Court had a change of heart. Said, no, motherfucker, you can't do this, and took it away from New York police because the statistics showed that
it was disproportionate.
Yes,
disproportionately affecting people of color.
And for the whole stopping all these people of color, they made less than 3% arrest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like over 80% of the people.
They did. They started stopping and frisking way more people,
Mm-hmm.
but they were coming up with
Nothing.
significantly less arrests.
Yes.
I do remember that.
And it was like 85% of people who were stop and frisk were people of color.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 85% people of color, 10% white people, and then like 5% like, you know, that
Asian.
no, literally like 5%.
Eskimo?
No, it said 5% was like other or not applicable. Like
Eskimo?
Speaking of racial,
it was probably 5% they couldn't tell what they were.
5% peace to the gods and the earths?
Sean and his family.
Yeah.
Okay, but back
We don't know
to
what the fuck you are.
back to racial categorizations. Yes, Middle Eastern counts as white. I meant to get back to that.
Yeah.
I was applying for a job. I forget where.
For a job.
And it actually, you know, my racial, my ethnic background, and me and a friend of mine, we've had this discussion about that on applications. So we was like, you know, we're just gonna start checking other, you know, like just to fuck with them. So I seen it said in the asterisk, it said if you know on reverse for definition of ethnicities.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were black, you like if you were of if you were of African descent or any Afro-Latin descent.
Mm.
If you were of, so that made you black. You were a Latin or Hispanic, or if you were of, you know, Latino or Spanish descent, Euro-Spanish, Euro-Latin, like basically if you were Latin but
Spain.
you looked white.
Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
If you were from Spain, you looked white. If you were from
You were Hispanic,
Colombia,
not Latin.
it said, I know what I read.
I'm just saying, Hispanic and Latin, you know.
Smack that nigga, son.
But when it got to a definition of white, it was anyone of European or Middle Eastern descent. Middle Eastern consisting of Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Iran, Qatar.
What?
Yeah, everywhere but Africa.
Definitely not white. Nah, Morocco's in Africa.
That is true.
But they basically said if you're from the scalp, they basically named every country basically at the top of Africa. Anywhere that
Wait, because
definitely,
Tunisia's in Africa too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Algeria, Tunisia, all that.
Yeah,
Those,
those Africa.
basically, you know where Egypt is.
Yeah, yeah.
Start
that-
going towards. you
like-
start going that crescent at the
Even
top.
though they try to take Egypt out of Africa.
The top of the pork chop, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Must be with a good meat. Yes.
basically people there who can pass for
White. Same thing with
And
Brazilians.
Saudi Arabia, it says Saudi Arabia. I said,
But those people
how
can't
is
pass
it-
for white to me.
how is it? How is it?
Because some Italians, some true-blooded Italians can't pass for white to me. Because something about that Mediterranean.
they look like you.
Yeah,
They look
exactly.
like you.
It's because Hannibal went over there and, you know.
That
and
that
soldiers
too,
and-
but they were darker skinned.
It's that olive tone, yo. It's that olive tone.
But I don't think they was darker skinned to begin with.
And you got to realize
Think so?
they, you know,
You know they were darker skinned to begin with because you know where the cradle of civilization is.
I was gonna say you got to realize they're not far from Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
and the Middle
True,
East. You know, so
They don't start getting light bright until Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark.
the any stand past Afghanistan, Pakistan, once you get into like Kazakhstan,
Kazakhstan.
Uzbekistan,
Yeah.
Romania, even Romanians are a little, you know,
Eminemistan.
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 But even Romanians are a little tinted. You know what I mean? Hungarians are a little tinted.
Yeah.
So they definitely got some melanin in that area. But I said, how is it that you can be from Saudi Arabia and be considered Caucasian? You are the definition of Arabic. It's in the name of your motherfucking country.
For real.
Saudi Arabia. You're Arabic.
For real.
That's your ethnicity. But you classify as a Caucasian, technically. Which,
So I'm not super.
and I think
Brazilians
they
do the
said
same
Indian.
thing though.
I think they said Indian. And the reason why I think Indian was on there.
Well, Indian is different because they have the caste system, so they go by that.
No. I mean, as far as counting them as Caucasian, I think it even said Indian because the first thought I had
That's
was,
stupid.
I remember Trevor Noah doing his stand up talking about how Bank of America was giving lower rates to people who filled out their applications and filed the classified themselves as Caucasian. They were getting lower loan rates than anybody who said they were black. So I'm going, are they putting these technicalities in place so that the people they want to give loans can get the loans on this slick technicality? You know? It was a job application, but it's only a matter of time before that application and other applications start using the same quantitative measures. So, that shit pissed me.
Yeah, that's crazy though, because Saudi Arabia.
Yes, Saudi Arabia. That was what I said. It really is.
I'm pretty sure the Saudis would be upset behind that.
Yeah,
not if they're in this country and they want to.
Nah, well, the true.
You do know that the Saudis and the Israelis pretty much own this country. The Chinese own our debt.
Yeah.
But the Saudis and the Israelis own our actual money.
Infrastructure type of situation.
Yeah, our tangible economy, the money that we make, they own that.
I didn't know that.
Every president.
Now you did know that. You just didn't take notice.
The Saudis are in cahoots with the Bushes, their oil family, and that's just one layer of a very, very dense fucking cake.
No,
we just signed a bill. They just signed a bill not too long ago.
What did you say, Damien?
I said no. I didn't know.
There was a bill.
What, nigga? I didn't know. Fuck.
There was a bill just
too
signed
smart for that, son.
Recently. I don't know. I remember how recently. I don't know if it was this week or within the last year, but they signed a bill in place. They put something in place to give Israel like 38
billion. 38 billion.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
$3.8 billion a year for 10 years.
No, I think it was 38. Don't put that decimal in the wrong place.
38 billion over 10 years.
Well, the Jews are getting.
Oh, okay. All right.
So 38 billion over 10 years. That means 3.8 billion every year.
Well, the Jews are just got 100 million.
Hey, don't slander the Jews.
No, I'm serious. Holocaust survivors.
Holocaust survivor reparations.
Okay.
100 million.
Check this out.
Paid by the U.S.
Can't we call them something else?
No.
They're Jewish.
Are they? They're the opposite of Gentiles, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're of the tribe.
Nigga, they're Jewish. They're Jews. Like
that's not a racial slur.
I'm not slurring or slandering.
It depends on how you say it.
Yeah, it depends on the context.
So we're not gonna get a call from the JDL, right?
Nah. If Farrakhan ain't,
I mean, it's kind of like the difference between saying the blacks and saying the blacks. It's all in tone and inflection.
Nah.
Did you hear his eyebrows, everybody? The blacks and the blacks.
But yo, we as the United States is giving them $100 million for Holocaust survivors and their reparations, but niggas can't get nothing for slavery though.
But the Holocaust didn't even happen on our land.
Not on our land, and we didn't do it either.
We didn't do it. Slavery happened in our
country, and they did it.
Corridors.
And they did it.
Our country. This country.
Well, okay,
Well, what is now this country? Because it wasn't theirs to begin with.
And here's the crazy thing. Israel only exists out of the Holocaust, World War II. Israel, the state of Israel as it is now, is only 50-something years old, 60-something years old. After the Holocaust, they needed a safe place to go. They kicked the Palestinians out of a part of their country, and gave it to the Jews.
And that's why we got this long-standing beef.
Yeah. Could you imagine if somebody came to your crib and said, I know this whole apartment is yours, and you've been living here, but these people had some problems in their house. So you and your whole family take all your shit and go live in the bathroom, because these 5 people need their space.
My bathroom's kind of dope. I would be all right with that. No, I'm just ignorant as fuck.
I was about to say, wait a minute, Drake, can I pick the bathroom? Because if it's the bathroom at the condo, I'm in.
I was saying, unless you got the Tim the Toolman Taylor bathroom.
Word.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
my bad. That was IAF. That was ignorant as fuck.
But you know, you see what I'm saying?
I get the whole gist of what you're talking about.
So, you know, the Axis power, not the Allies, the Allied powers gave them a country. They have an economy. They have all these things. They can. By now, they should be self-sustaining. Why are we giving them billions of dollars? And if we're giving them billions of dollars, why isn't the 100 million that's going to go to the American Jews who are Holocaust survivors? Why isn't that coming out of the money that we give to your safe haven?
For real though.
Okay? They know they own us. They know, and this is gonna sound conspiracy theorist. Everybody always talking about you can't slander them, and to say that the Jews own this country is considered slanderous. It's only considered slanderous because it's the
fucking truth.
It's an uncomfortable truth for them. They don't want anybody to know that.
Yo, one of the things I love about Farrakhan is like, he used them as an example. He was like,
I think I gotta dump that. You said Farrakhan. You can't.
I can't say Farrakhan.
You can't say Farrakhan on air. I'm sorry.
You Farrakhan cannot say that.
You can't say Farrakhan.
I like what you did. Where's my soundboard?
you racially motivated motherfuckers. Okay. So Mr.
What am I, hate crime?
F had said, he used the Jews as an example. He said, yo, after the Holocaust and all that, did you hear them riot? Did you hear them protest? Were they in the streets loud? He's like, no, they quietly went about their business. He said they quietly put themselves in position to be where they are now. He's like, they made sure their sons and daughters were all doctors, lawyers, accountants. They put together the framework, the blueprint to take over silently. And he said, that's a lesson we need to learn.
That's
as
the same
people.
shit that Killer Mike is saying.
They
But he's saying it on a different level of how can we live off the land.
Yeah.
But the Jews said, can I say the Jews?
Yes, you can say the Jews.
The Jewish community.
The Jewish community said,
no, yo, I
we're gonna be the upper crust of the society.
We're gonna take care of
and
our
we're gonna garner all this money, pool it, put it back into our situation, and better ourselves from the ground up.
And they realized that if they had the economic power to defend themselves back then, it wouldn't have happened. And I grew up, you know, I grew up,
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I grew up living in partly, you know, in Brooklyn, and
right next to the Jews.
You grew up partially Jewish? Is that what you're
right
saying?
next to
I
him?
am very frugal, and I love knishes. And
ladies and gentlemen,
and challah bread. Challah bread is delicious.
Ladies and
Never
gentlemen.
had
Is that really
gefilte
Jewish
fish.
though?
Challah bread?
Uncle
Yeah,
Dre.
because they're not the only ones that have challah bread.
No, but
Indians have challah bread too.
Yeah,
So
but
what is it,
It's
unleavened?
pronounced differently. It's spelled differently.
Not
but-
halal. Not halal. I know what halal is.
Yeah, no, we're not
I
saying
mean,
halal.
I'm
challah bread.
talking about challah bread. It kind of look like a braided loaf of bread, or is it flat?
No, that's you talking about
I'm talking
naan. Naan is the flat Indian
I'm
bread.
talking about what do you describe the challah bread that you've seen in the Indian challah bread?
Well, I've only seen it in Indian stores. It comes in a package, and it says challah, Hallah.
Yeah, but what does it look like?
Brown.
Is it loafy? Is it?
It was only like a slice, literally like a slice or two. I just picked it up one day. I was in the fucking Indian grocery, and
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
it said challah bread. No?
But
was-
Jewish challah bread almost kind of looks like, you know, a loaf of French bread, not a baguette, but like a loaf of Italian bread you would get. You've seen it at Stop and Shop when you cut it. It's very, very moist and flaky in the middle. Anyway, my mom's makes delicious challah bread. But no, they
Shout out to your Jewish community, Dre.
And
Dre Clydenberg.
I'm actually a Jew myself.
Good for you.
Damian Butlerstein.
I have a card to prove it.
Yeah, that's why they let you in.
Exactly.
Damian Gold Butler.
Wait,
Got my Jew card.
how did you prove you were Jewish? I showed them you were circumcised. Here's my proof.
Yeah, I did that in DR. See how that worked out.
He's a black Jew.
See how that worked out in DR, right?
Well, you was drunk in DR. You was peeing on people's beds. You know, you can't be giving.
It was a couch, and I did not pee on the couch.
D was giving out golden showers in the DR.
Shut up.
Nah, no, but I've watched their community grow over. Let's say, in the '80s.
Overgrow.
In the '80s, they had about I want to say about a 2.5 mile radius area of, Williamsburg to Marcy.
Yeah.
Now, from the Williamsburg Bridge all the way to Marcy and beyond, and I know most of y'all don't have a reference point, but it's a lot of space.
Yes, it is.
And it's overcrowded. And it's nothing but their stores, their houses, everything.
Williamsburg Bridge to Marcy is kind of like the Mid-Hudson Bridge to at least McDonald's.
Yeah, that's a fairly accurate assessment.
Okay.
And about that same distance, same square mileage, in Compton, Poughkeepsie.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that same area. So
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And
McDonald's,
I didn't
McDonald's is considered upper Main.
Yes.
Whereas the bridge obviously is lower Main.
Because when I first started going to visit this nigga in Marcy, I was shocked. I didn't know it was like that out there. Because the place where my cousins is from in Brooklyn, there's no Jewish people around. It's like it's a different part of Brooklyn.
What was that?
Well, my pops lives in Canarsie, and really ain't no Jewish people over in Canarsie.
Ohio to Little Rock to Canarsie.
I mean, they are, but they way further up.
And yeah, they are.
They're not by the park. Like Canarsie Park is like on the water, and my father lives not too far from there. The Jewish segment, like is.
But they do have a Jewish community center there.
Yeah.
They have a Jewish community center in that area he's talking about.
But they
don't really live there.
They got a Jewish community center in my house. Like they gather everywhere they want to.
And do whatever they want. You can't say nothing bad about it.
It's like, hello, how you doing? I
mean that has to tell you the power a group has, that the minute a person somebody says something that they don't like, and it's over for them. You can't tell me you don't run shit then.
Right.
Family Guy only went off the air.
You's a motherfucking nigga, Dre.
I know. But Family Guy only went off the air. Thank you for reiterating it.
Yeah, no problem.
Family Guy only
you
went
ain't
off
gonna
the
sick
air.
nobody on me.
I can't.
To get me.
I have no power.
Taken off this planet.
I have no power. I can't be like, hey, listen, I was offended by the fact that somebody called me a nigga. And I'd be like, well, nigga, get over it. It's okay when you call it.
Go on.
It's okay when you say it. So why can't they say it? But Family Guy went off the air originally from Fox because they did a episode about, Peter wanting his son to be raised by Jews so he could have a better life. They pulled it off the air. It was only because of the popularity garnered on Adult Swim that they brought it back. Pulled it off the air.
Yeah.
It was called When You Wish Upon a Jew. That was the name of the episode.
That's crazy.
But
well, I got a big nose.
You passed more for an Italian. A Sicilian, probably.
All right, well, somebody likes me.
Yeah.
I'll just be down with the mafia then.
I can't be anything but a black guy from America. I look like an African American. That's all I look like. I can't be like, yeah, I'm a little Dominican. Like, no, you're not.
Well, with my haircut,
R&BD looks like Kong Skull Island.
Well, with my haircut a certain way, I look Dominican.
That's not true.
I've
been to Guava Berry before. I've never seen
Guava Berry.
What the fuck is a Guava Berry?
I want to go back to Guava Berry and see Homegirl.
What's a Guava Berry?
I've been to Guava Berry before. I don't know what you. I don't know
What the
what you
fuck is
see.
a Guava
That's
Berry?
why, it was hilarious when Shorty was arguing with.
Okay, so don't answer the motherfucking question.
Sure.
I'm
Nah,
asking
it's
one more time.
a Dominican.
What the fuck is a Guava Berry?
It's a
Pete?
Dominican restaurant.
Oh, thank
and
you.
bar
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
with this Dominican chick that I.
But I mean, since we all can't align as Voltron,
No.
and it's not our fault because
No.
we seem to get together a lot.
Yeah. And I work 6 days a week.
I work 7.
So
Excuses too.
Get over yourself.
So, damn, it's actually
It's 8:01.
yeah. It's about that.
Do we
time.
want to talk about my love life for the last minute?
No.
Okay.
No, we're gonna keep this a completely non-sexual.
I don't have a sexual life, so
Yeah, that's a fact.
I ain't getting no.
Oh, are we
buns.
talking about homegirl from that we talked about last
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
How's things going with that?
We talk almost every day.
You taking my advice?
No.
You fucked up.
No, I did not.
Oh, thank yeah. Just realized you might as well have crickets. He gave give him the silent treatment.
They should have never gave you niggas a radio show.
Give him the silent treatment.
Are those supposed to be crickets? We definitely need the soundboard back.
All right.
Oh man, this dude be.
All right. So quick synopsis of your lack of a love life.
Just quick synopsis of what I wanted to bring to the table.
I got Supernatural to watch.
I don't have a love life. Just like we not like that. We're friends. We cool. We talk.
He's asexual. He's a homosexual.
Can't stand you, bitch.
Okay, nah. All right, you know, let's lock this out.
Yeah, we out of here.
Cause
Thanks for coming out. God
there's
bless.
gonna be
Good
a long
night.
discussion about D not boning this chick, which I think is important. Remember, don't fuck her, not yet. Slow walk the pussy. Find out if the person is worth the pussy.
Whatever, nigga.
Hey. This is free advice from Ronnie Romance.
Yeah, nigga. Ronnie Romance can eat a dick. Okay?
Love doctor.
Dr. Dre was my boy.
Dre the love.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Uncle Dre the love. Why you keep calling me Captain Save-A-Ho?
Captain Save-A-Ho, nigga. Ain't shit changed just because you not with a hoe.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, appreciate you for drawing that distinct line.
Yeah, 'cause
Nah, I ain't saying show you the hoe. You got a good girl, but now you got a good girl and you want to erase all your bad girls. Don't work like that.
I ain't trying. Look, I can't deny.
He's not attached to them girls.
I'm not denying
from
my past.
or.
I'm not denying my past. I embrace it. I wear it like armor.
It ain't armor, nigga.
Yes,
It ain't a weakness no more.
Nah, nigga, please.
it's a little.
We'll see.
It's a little fish market.
We'll see.
Yeah, fish market. They clean. It's more like a clam bake.
And thank you for listening to It Is What It Is After Hours. I'm your special guest, R&BD, with your host, Uncle Dre, and your boy, VI. We out of here. Talk to y'all next week.
I'm glad you know that you're a special guest.
Especially the sense of you're retarded.
Yo, for real though, we'll be live soon though. It Is What It Is radio.
I'm gonna get you, Ted.
Who the fuck is Ted?